as a doll. Like, come on now. Come on now. So, ask yourself, and I'm talking to you, Nina. I'm talking to you, Morbid. I'm talking to Astro Trippy. I'm talking to Conspiracy. I'm talking to every single creator that has ever made Gypsy content. Ask yourselves, do you really believe the stuff that y'all put out?
Oh, we do.
Is it worth the temporary monetary gain that y'all get? Because, to me, I know what's going on in my life. And there's nobody that I would be that concerned about to constantly keep making things up. Like, I don't get it. I don't. There's nobody in this world that I'm that concerned over. I have enough going on with my life, and there's a doll. Like,
she says that she knows what's going on in her life. Yeah, we do too, because you share it with us, Gypsy Rose Alcida Blanchard. Dang. And you can tell she is really that bothered by it too, or else she wouldn't have said this in her anti-cyberbullying post. So Gypsy Rose Blanchard wants to know if we agree or believe, if we believe with the thing, or if we believe the things that we say in our videos as content creators. And I know she named a few bigger content creators, but then she was talking to all content creators that cover her and wanted to know if we actually believe the things that we say in the videos.
And of course we do.
Yeah, of course. Of course we do. So we're going to get into answering that a little more. And also, Gypsy actually supporting something pretty heinous and scary to know. But before we get into that, welcome to Night Combos.
Welcome back. Hubby's here.
Hey, hubby.
Hey, lovey.
Aw. Hey, y'all. Real quick, thank you so much to all of our subscribers and to all of our new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing and joining our family and channel here. Welcome. We truly appreciate you so very much. I think...
Yes, we do. Welcome.
Yeah, I think we're like 10 subscribers away, maybe 8 subscribers away from reaching 4,300. So I'm really hoping, hubby, that we reach that 5,000 subscriber goal by the time it's July.
Yeah, me too.
For my birthday. That would be great. And if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos, all of the things, and we would truly appreciate it so very much. Some of y'all seen our post from earlier letting y'all know that we finally were able to get the last bit of information that we needed for the part two, sorry y'all, I cannot talk today. Part 2 parole video. So, but we're wanting to try to do a live with that so that we can all be in the video together, you know, and y'all can be in the chat and we can just all conversate about everything all together at one time and try to do a live with the part 2. If we're not able to, we'll do, you know, a video, of course, about it. But just be looking for that in the next day or two. And also, real quick, we got a super thanks a few days ago on our video, Gypsy, the New Advocate and the Red Lipstick. The video titled that. We got a super thanks from someone. They didn't let us know if we could say their name or not, but their name started with a D. So, if you do want us to give you a shout out, because we would love to, just comment under your super thanks and we'll see it and we'll give you a shout out in the next video. But thank you so much for the super thanks. They truly mean so very much to us personally and especially the channel.
Yes, they really do.
And y'all being subscribed to us and giving us your social media currency, means so much to us. And we are so grateful for every single one of you. So thank you all so much. Okay, hubby went to make me some tea real quick. But anyway, I want to get into one thing first real quick. And that is one thing that Gypsy says and one thing that her cult members or minions say, which is all of us content creators make bank off of Gypsy's back. We make a bag off of Gypsy's name and all that. I'm so sick and tired of seeing that and hearing that and all that, because the reason is because they are the ones that are actually making bank and making a bag off of Gypsy's name and off of her back. And if Gypsy is too dingy to see that, then, well, that's her own fault. If she's okay with that, then, well, whatever. But Gypsy does ask the question in her video, is it really worth it to you content creators? Like, do y'all really believe what y'all say in your videos? And is it really worth it? Do you really make that much and y'all make that much and it's really worth it and all that? Y'all heard the funny skit by CJ, by the way, on TikTok. That's who that was at the beginning. He was simply doing a skit to what Gypsy had said. A lot of you may remember the picture of Gypsy, her BFF, supposed BFF, Bree, and a blonde-headed woman at the 504 Club in NOLA, in Louisiana, right? When they went to that golf place, to the bar and stuff. Okay, the blonde-headed girl is the Danielle girl that people are talking about, the Danny girl. We're going to get into it in a separate video. But Sheena is the other person that was in that video. So I'm sorry, I apologize. It was Bree, Danny, and Gypsy in that video. Sheena has been in the videos that we've shown y'all where Gypsy went back to Tana without Ken and said, oh, I'm going to get to eat what I want to this time and all that. That's Sheena, another older woman that hangs out with these, well, they don't hang out, they hang out online with the rest of the cult members, minions. Anyway, but this is Sheena saying that creators put food on their table by lying on Gypsy and then calling it hypocrisy. Gypsy don't feed us, okay? Gypsy don't put no food, no nothing on our table, okay? Let me show y'all something. This is what ticks us off so bad because they are the ones that are constantly posting about Gypsy. They are the ones that are constantly up all night and day for 24 and 48 hours or 14 hours and 16 hours and 18 hours at a time on lives on TikTok and on YouTube and all of that, making what? Gypsy content and only Gypsy content and videos. We have put up other videos about other topics on our channel, but yes, it has been mainly Gypsy. But still, they're the ones that do that literally 24/7. And I do mean that literally. I'm not kidding. Okay? They're the ones that's making bank off of Gypsy. Or off of Gypsy's name. They're the ones that's making a bag off of Gypsy's back. Okay? Okay, we're going to be completely honest with y'all here. And we're going to get into this more when we go over Gypsy's analytics for her YouTube channel and all of that, because it hasn't been up long enough to really get true readings and analytics from or off of. But this is ours right here. This is hubby and I's channel. This is night combos right here. okay? This is a video that we posted on January the 1st. So a little over 6 months ago, right? And it was titled, Mr. Godejohn, quote, I still can't trust anyone. All right. We posted that video on January the 1st. And y'all see this blue line right here? You see how it went up? And it went up, and it went up to $1.47. Well, not quite to $1.47. It went up to $1.46. And that is all the way to June 1st. Y'all can see it right here. I know it says January 4th right here, but it does actually, it cuts it off for some reason, but it does actually show January 1st when you click on it and everything. But January 1st to June 1st, in 6 months, we even got 1,107 views since that video has been published. All we've made from that video is $1.46. We're going to get into some clips to talk about what the other things that Gypsy was saying in just a second. But this has been bugging hubby and I so bad that we were finally like, okay, look, we're just going to show it. We're just going to do it. And like I said, we'll get into it more when we show the analytics of Gypsy's channel, which we've showed y'all pretty much basically how, and proven to y'all basically how her channel is fake. Her 30,000 subscribers are bought subscribers and bot subscribers. So here's the same video. This was the first picture that I had pulled up. This is the same video, and y'all can see that we made $1.46 from January 1st to June 1st. That's not every month. We made that one time. We made that in January. You get paid once a month from YouTube, okay? We made that one time from this video. And that was with over 1,100 views. We made that not even from any of the ads that play during the video. We made that from YouTube Premium. And you can see that down here. Right down here at the bottom, this blue line. So any subscribers that we have that have YouTube Premium for themselves where they can watch YouTube TV and movies, things like that, which we know one of our subscribers, he's been with us from the very, very beginning, and he's let us know that he's with YouTube Premium, and we truly appreciate it, because even though YouTube keeps 30% of anything and everything we make, even when y'all send us a super thanks, YouTube keeps 30% of it. But that's okay. We're still truly, truly grateful for it. But y'all being subscribed to us helps us out too, because ads play during our videos. Now, you don't get paid for those ads unless they play for at least 30 seconds. And I'm just telling y'all how it works. Now, most ads will play for 10 seconds, and then you can hit the skip button, which most people do, and we completely understand that. We get it. But if the ad plays longer, you get paid a little bit more. You get paid from the ad, but two, you get paid a little bit more change. And I do mean change, not dollars, change. But you can see we didn't make anything from ads on this video. Okay, we made the $1.46 from people who subscribe to YouTube Premium, and YouTube gives us a little bit of change from each subscriber that we have that has YouTube Premium, which YouTube Premium can be expensive to a lot of people, and we get that. So not everybody has YouTube Premium, and that is completely okay. Now that's one video. Here's another one. Now this video got, I think, around 2,000 views, maybe between 2,000 and 2,500. I can't remember exactly. I would have to go and look. But you can see that from May 29th, it's always the day before what it shows. And y'all can see it's showing May 30th right here. So from May 29th all the way to now, okay, we made $4.85 off of this video. And you can look down here. $4.19 of that was from watch page ads, the ads that played during our videos. That's how much we made off of that video. And then again, down here, YouTube Premium. People that have YouTube Premium, we made 66 cents off of that video. That's what we made, okay? So it gives y'all an idea of how much, creators make, how much people make. Not all creators. And we're not saying that there's not a few creators out there that do make decent money off of YouTube, because there are. I mean, heck, if you look at all YouTube creators, there's some out there making millions. Literally, multi-millionaires, okay? Millions and millions a year. Hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. But I'm talking about creators that cover Gypsy Rose Blanchard. And y'all can see, y'all could go to other content creators and ask them, and they're not going to give you their financial information. I mean, nobody's going to do that. I mean, we wouldn't even give y'all all of our financial information. I mean, nobody's going to do that, right? But they would tell you, no, we don't make a lot of money, because it all plays into how many subscribers you have, how many views you get per video, the ads that play during that video, all of that plays into it. But when you take someone, if you have a content creator, for example, that has 30,000 subscribers, like Gypsy does right now, and you take another content creator that has 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, Gypsy's going to make way more than this other content creator who has the same amount of subscribers. The reason why is because she can say, look, I'm well known. I'm an author. I wrote a book. I've had my own TV shows. I'm in People magazine all the time. I'm in Us Weekly magazine. I do news interviews, all these things. I'm so well known. I'm famous. I'm a celebrity. That's what she would say, y'all. Okay, so when you're talking about Gypsy, she's very manipulative, okay? And like I was saying, she's going to make more money, because she can say, I have over 9 million followers on TikTok. I have almost 1 million followers on Instagram. We have over 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. So yeah, we need to be paid more. Okay? This little innocent face, this little innocent act is all a joke. It's all a game, and she knows it. And she knows how to play this little innocent act. And she knows how to get paid and make money. She's ran cons her whole life. Don't forget that. So looking at Gypsy, who has over 30,000 subscribers, and looking at a regular content creator who has the same amount of subscribers, they're going to get paid differently. Gypsy can say all these things about herself and how she's well known, and she has a book and her own TV show, and she's done all these things, and she's very well known and stuff, right? So ads that play during her YouTube videos may make her, for example, a couple $100 per ad that plays, versus this other content creator, for example, that has the same amount of subscribers. They may only make a couple of dollars per ad that plays during their video. So does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense to y'all as to how it works and how YouTube works. And we know that the cult minions won't understand this at all. But them saying that content creators who talk about Gypsy make bank off of her, no, we absolutely don't. You can take people like Toddy, who's trying her best to get 20,000 subscribers on her Toddy One Skip channel, and then don't forget she has another channel, Everyone Has a Story, with Toddy. She's trying to, gain subscribers on that channel. So y'all make sure to check that out and subscribe. She's already got some videos posted on it. Anyway, Toddy may make less. I mean, I don't know, obviously. But, I mean, I know how YouTube works, okay? Toddy probably makes less, more than likely makes less off of YouTube ads than Gypsy does. Because Toddy doesn't have TV shows and, all of these things. Toddy's done a lot of wonderful stuff in her life, don't get me wrong. She's wrote songs herself, not with a ghostwriter and all that. She's wrote songs, books, she's done all of that, yes. But what I'm saying is she's not in the news articles and in magazines for doing crazy stuff every week and all of that like Gypsy is. So, sorry, Toddy, I'm not meaning anything bad against you at all. We don't mean anything bad against Toddy. We love Toddy over here. But just using her for an example because she has close to 20,000 subscribers. Or like Becca Scoops, who has close to the same amount of subscribers as Gypsy. Something like that. Or any content creator that has the same amount of subscribers as Gypsy isn't gonna, even if they get paid decently, which great for them. That's wonderful for them. Good for them. I'm proud of them. Truly, like we honestly are. Because they're putting truth and facts out. But Gypsy's over here lying, being the real hypocrite, and she's making more money. So hopefully that makes sense to y'all. So to answer your question, Gypsy, it's not really worth it to us financially, but it is most certainly worth it to every single one of us content creators on this side to put the truth and facts out there for everyone to see. That's what's worth it to us. Okay? Gypsy Rose Blanchard. Y'all, she really ticks me off. Okay, so take a look at the beginning of this clip by Lauren Cherie on TikTok, who is a great content creator. She covers Gypsy Rose Blanchard content and all of that. And she always puts out great content. She truly does. But listen to the beginning of this clip that she got from Gypsy's anti-cyberbullying video.
Every single creator I'm talking to every single creator that has ever made Gypsy content. Ask yourselves, do you really believe the stuff that y'all put out?
Here's a better question, Gypsy. Do you really believe all the BS that you spew out of your mouth? No, really. Ask yourself that, Gypsy. Really ask yourself, how bothered are you by all the facts and truth that we are spreading and showing to people? All of us content creators that cover you. Ask yourself. So, you want to know, is it really worth it to us to show how dangerous of a person you are? Yeah, it most certainly is. Or how bad of a mom you are? Yes, it most certainly is. And I know a lot of y'all have seen this, but you can see baby Aurora asleep in her crib right here. And she's at the age where she's starting to sit up and stuff like that. This blanket right here is folded over the crib and hanging down in the crib where she could easily maneuver her little self over there because Gypsy's already admitted that she is, but when she's buckled into this little mommy thing that helps with gas after feedings and stuff, she wiggles her way out of it. So she could easily get over here to this blanket right here, pull on it, and then this right here that's sitting on the edge of the crib could fall off and hit her in the face or the head, something like that, for example. Then you have a huge humidifier right here on the corner of her crib that would really hurt her if it fell off and hit her, because you or Ken could be in here, I don't know, arguing, getting mad, or y'all could just be in here checking on her and go to turn around and accidentally knock it off, and it hit Aurora in the face or in the head, or hit Aurora, period, which could be very dangerous. Then right here in this corner, you have the camera set up, which is meant to be screwed into the wall above the crib, up here at the top of the crib, above it, looking down on the baby. But y'all have it lazily sitting on the corner of the crib here, where again, she could get to it and pull the blanket, stuff like that that's under it, and it fall off on top of her. So, is it worth it to us? Yes, it is. It most certainly is. Is it worth it to show that you don't buckle your own daughter into her car seat? If, God forbid, y'all were to get in a wreck while driving down the road, when we all know that Ken has road rage very bad. So, is it worth it to us? Yeah, it is. Is it worth it to us to show people and prove to them with evidence and facts that you, as a grown adult woman, were pretending to be a child to get another Disney trip, dressed as a mermaid princess sitting here at Disney World, doing a con with your mom? Is it worth it to us? Yes, it is. Because you're still doing that to people to this day. Is this worth it to us to show how you treat people and talk to people when they simply say, you can't dance, or you didn't do that dance very well? And you say, you act as if I don't know that. Maybe if I didn't have a messed up childhood and went to high school and was treated right, I may have learned to dance. But, oh yeah, I didn't. Kindly shut the F up. Yeah, that was you, Gypsy, talking to people like that. Cyberbullying them, by the way. So, yes, it's important to us. Yes, it's worth it to us to show people that. Is it worth it to us to call you out for breaking laws and shopping places you are not licensed to shop? Which I know a lot of people are on each side of the fence with that. Well, it was the employee's fault. Well, no, it was Gypsy's fault. Actually, it was both of their faults. But again, we can't really say fully it was the clerk's fault, because Gypsy could have went in there and said, I'm in cosmetology school, because that's probably what she did, especially with the clerk saying, well, this is just the beginning, with Gypsy saying, I'm gonna vlog the whole experience. And then people call her out for it, because cosmetologists pay a lot of money to get their license, and then they have to pay for their booth, or rent their booth, or pay the money to open up their own shop, which is even more expensive, pay for their own tools, down to their own, scissors and combs, hairbrushes, hair dryers, all of that. They have to pay for all of that out of pocket, Gypsy, which you wouldn't understand. You don't get any of that, because you've never had to have a real job and have to pay real bills. So you know nothing about that. So you make statements like this, cyberbullying people, saying, okay, I didn't read it, talking about the sign on the door. You went from lying and saying you didn't see the sign to now saying you just didn't read it. Shoot, y'all act like y'all effing perfect and never made a mistake in y'all life with y'all dang glass houses. The fuck? Okay, really? Can we grow up now, Gypsy, and act your age, please? Please grow up and act your age. I know that's falling on deaf ears, but I figured I'd throw it in there anyway, y'all. Is it worth it to us to prove and show that you lied on Nick, saying that I was only saying what he made me say? He is where he belongs. With thoughts like that, he was heading to prison with or without my involvement. Is it important for us to prove that that was all a facade, all a lie, and you're still trying to stick to that narrative by bashing your mom and dragging her name through the mud constantly, even on the 10th anniversary of you unaliving her? Also, with us having the proof now that, which we didn't ever believe you anyway, but a lot of people having the proof now that actually Nick never asked for y'all's future 13-year-old daughter's V card. He never was into anything like that. He never agreed to anything like that. Nothing. That was all you, Gypsy. You are the one that came up with that idea, and you are the one that told him you wanted him to take your future 13-year-old daughter's V card, which, yes, comes back to baby Aurora and is very scary and dangerous knowing that you have a little girl. Could God forbid, and I mean this with my whole heart, God forbid anything ever happen to that little girl. If it did, though, would she be able to come to you, Gypsy? Or would you just say, oh, well, that's just, how it goes. Or, well, I was going to offer, my future 13-year-old daughter's V card up to my ex-boyfriend anyway. So, it'll be fine. Just get over it. Or whatever lame excuse that you'll use. Or will you actually take proper action? See, we don't know. And from what you've shown us and the way you've acted, we can't trust that you would take the proper actions. If she ever came to you and said, God forbid something happened to her in that way. And again, I pray to God nothing like that ever happens to her. And we're going to get to another clip in just a minute that just proves and shows even more how dangerous you are, Gypsy Rose Alcida Blanchard. But is it important for us to show and prove that you and Ken were talking to, interacting with, and sending signals, unspoken signals, to underage teens? Yes, it most certainly is worth it to us. Is it important for us to show that your mom actually gave you the most normal childhood she possibly could, having a daughter that had the 1Q21.1 microdeletion and did not know it until you were an adult and only knew that her child was sick? Is it worth it? Yeah, it's very much worth it to show that your mom took care of you and did normal things with you, like putting you in cheerleading and dance and things like that. Since you want to claim you didn't know how to dance, or you don't know how to dance because you didn't get to go to high school, well, that was because you were wanting to run cons. Also, is it important for us content creators to prove with your own medical records, court documents, police records, all of that stuff, but right now talking about your own medical records, that you constantly have lied to people and continue to lie to people and claim that everything that was ever done to you is malpractice? No. As someone who has honestly had 20-something surgeries, Gypsy, you, ma'am, have not had over 30-something surgeries. I can tell you haven't. You have not, okay? Not to mention, we know for a fact that you haven't. You had 4 surgeries. 2 were very, very minor. You simply had tubes put in your ears and your adenoids taken out. Then you had your salivary, not all of them, just some of your salivary glands removed because you did have a problem with drooling and thrusting your tongue due to your microdeletion. All of this, and yes, drinking out of the baby bottle, all of that had to do with your teeth and all. having to be removed. And you had a muscle biopsy on your leg as well, where they made a small incision on your leg and they took a sample of muscle, basically is what they did, to see if you really had muscular dystrophy or not. So all of that is true, Gypsy, but you continue to lie to everyone about it. So is it worth it to us to put the truth out there? Yes, it is. That's why we did the video titled Gypsy Said She Never Had Chemo, but she did say she had chemo. Because she did in the same video, y'all. If y'all haven't seen that video, y'all should go and watch it. We'll link it at the top of this description box because it's very interesting. We use her medical records. We use other things to show y'all that she has always been lying. Not to mention a lot of other interesting things in that video. And before we look at that other clip, y'all look at this clip. This is also another thing, Gypsy. You're trying to put it off. You put everything off on everyone else or something else always other than yourself. You never take any type of accountability or responsibility for anything. And sorry, girly pop, but that's something you need to learn real quick, fast, and in a hurry. Quack, y'all. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Having your own child, your own daughter. Because those things you need to teach to her. Accountability and responsibility. How are you going to teach your daughter that when you don't even have it, Gypsy? A lot of y'all may remember this, but look, she's saying the ending of season 1 of her show was weird because they made it look like she was pregnant when she wasn't, because they did this photo shoot with the whole ultrasound pictures and everything during Jazz Fest, and she wasn't pregnant then. So, okay, but y'all listen.
The ending was very confusing because we filmed that whole scene in City Park in New Orleans where I was wearing the white dress. We filmed that the weekend of Jazz Fest. And so the way it all lined up was they made it look like it was after I found out I was pregnant, but it wasn't.
It wasn't after you found out you were pregnant, but yet y'all are holding a baby's sweater here in one picture. Another picture, Ken has his hand on your stomach that you're pushing out because you would not even be showing yet at this point. You were only like 11 weeks pregnant. But also in another picture, two other pictures, y'all are sitting here holding the ultrasound. You remember the first ultrasound that y'all got of baby Aurora on the 9th anniversary, last year's anniversary of the night you unalived your mom? Yeah, you remember, right?
The ending was very confusing.
So take a look at this clip right here. This is what makes it worth it for us, Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
Potentially unpopular opinion here, I don't understand why everybody hates Gypsy Rose so much. Like, there's a lot of us who love her, and like, I personally just think she's fucking adorable and sweet. And I know that if I was put in the position that she was put in way back in the day, I'd have done the same fucking shit, bro. Like, are you kidding me? You people who hate her are just saying, like, I would have done it differently. I would have done this. You knew nothing. You had nothing. You had no one to base anything off of. You live in a shell where the only things you know are what your mother tells you, and then finally one day you get a Facebook, you get internet, you get access to learn all of the things that all of us already knew. And she's like, hold the fucking wait, what? Wait, what? She learned her entire childhood was seriously horrific abuse. And you think she's just supposed to be like, let me call the cops, see what they have to say about it. Let me call DCF, see if they're gonna help me out. What the fuck should she have done, honestly? I'm just saying. I would have done the same shit. And I think love her, and she's such a cute mom. So everybody can potentially unpopular.
So Gypsy is promoting this and reposted this on her TikTok page. Yes, she sure did. Gypsy reposted this. Someone saying they would have done the same thing. Let me tell you something, little girl, because you're obviously not a grown woman because you ain't got no dead blame sense, okay? So let me tell you something. Coming from someone who was abused and essayed as a child, okay? That's number one, very, very hard to talk about. It's very hard for me to just say that one sentence, period. You don't unalive. You do anything and everything you possibly can to get away. And let me tell you something. I actually did call the police. Yeah, I did. I actually did. So all these people you're talking about that don't know anything and that say they would call the police and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, you don't know what you're talking about because a lot of us did. Whether the police did anything or not, that's a different story. I'm not going to go into what happened to me in that situation, but a lot of people would get in serious, serious trouble for that when they got sent back home, if they did get sent back home. A lot of people did run away. Tried that too. I did run away at one point in time. And my mom had no clue, okay? My mom is a great, wonderful, beautiful woman. She had no idea of anything that was going on. Okay, so let me make that clear too. But also let me let you in on a little secret. If you want to believe that Dee Dee had Munchausen syndrome by proxy, little girl here, it's real odd that Gypsy Rose Blanchard's case is the only case in history where they unalived their so-called abuser. Yeah, look it up. Facts. See, that's the problem. People like you just think, oh, she's so cute and adorable. She has a little girl's voice, so she's so cute and adorable. Well, that makes you weird on its own. Thinking that a grown woman with a childlike voice that knows when to turn it on and off is cute and adorable, okay? That's just weird that you're even looking at her like that as a grown woman. But the other danger and the other problem is you don't have any facts or truth. You simply take Gypsy for face value and that's it, and you don't care to look into anything. Matter of fact, I could probably say you're one of those people that say, well, I don't need to look at any of the facts. I don't need to read the FOIAs. I don't need to know any other truth. I would have done the same thing. Would you? Would you have? Because you don't know, because you were never in that situation. But I can promise you this. Most survivors, they would do anything and everything just simply to get away from the person who is hurting them. Anything and everything. But it normally doesn't cross their mind to unalive them. Yeah. That's some truth and facts for you. Before I end the video out, I'm going to finish playing Lauren Cherie's video and let y'all hear her thoughts on it.
I'm talking to every single creator that has ever made Gypsy content. Ask yourselves, do you really believe the stuff that y'all put out?
Yeah, we do. And do you know why? Because the evidence doesn't lie. Neither do the medical records. We know that GRB has 1Q21.1 microdeletion, and Dee Dee took care of her. We now know that GRB was complicit in the GRIFT. She participated in it fully as an adult and knew her age. We know by the conflicting stories GRB tells. We know GRB sought out Nick. Those were her own words. We've listened to the private jailhouse phone calls, the FOIA evidence. We know that GRB sent most of those videos, including a video walkthrough of the house to her mother's bedroom, over her mother's bed, making a downward motion. We know that she never once mentioned ABUSE in those phone calls. Also in the interrogation, no mention of ABUSE. We know that GRB obtained the deletion object from Walmart and literally handed it to Nick. And there's more. But yeah, I would say based on the evidence, based on the tangible evidence, yeah, we do. So nice try though.
So, Gypsy, do you really need to ask that? And why do you make up all these lies? And do you really need to ask if we believe what we put out? Of course we do, because they are facts based on actual evidence. Y'all, please don't forget, we will put the link to that other video. Y'all really should go watch it at the top of the description box of this video. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video as well. And we'll see y'all in the next one. And again, if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell, all of the things. And we would truly appreciate it so very much. But don't forget to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always, and we would truly appreciate it. I hope y'all have a good night, and God bless. Bye.